It is May 24th, 2020. We are in quarantine, James. And today on Elite Profiles, we're going to be looking at a Wunderkind, a wonder kid who's still a teenager, surprisingly, and is one of the better soccer players in the world. In 41 games, in 35 appearances this year, he's had 41 goals, 10 assists, and this kid is just getting better and better. I don't know how. In 14 appearances in the Austrian Bundesliga, he's scored 16 goals and had 6 assists. In the German Bundesliga, in 10 games for Borussia Dortmund, he's had 10 goals scored, averaging 69 minutes a goal. In the Champions League between both teams, in 8 games, he scored 10 goals and had an assist. In the Austrian Cup, he had 4 goals in 2 appearances and a goal in the German tournament, and 1 goal per 44 minutes. Erling Haaland is definitely something to he's definitely a sight to see. He's originally from Norway. Eventually found his way to the Austrian league where he played at Red Bull Salzburg, and while he was there, they were the most dominant team this past season up until he got transferred to Borussia Dortmund in the winter transfer window in January. As soon as New Year hit, for a fee of 20 million, he signed to Borussia Dortmund. I don't know if you probably know Borussia Dortmund as the German team with yellow and black uniforms. They're from Dortmund, a very industrial town in Germany, but they're really big into soccer. Dortmund is usually they're usually rivals with Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich being the more premier organization, where a lot of young Dortmund players will usually play at Dortmund, and then when they're ready, once they enter their primes, they'll go to Bayern Munich. That's the projected career. That's the projected arc for Erling Haaland. It looks like he eventually might go to Bayern Munich, but for now, he looks like he's going to enjoy his time at Dortmund. He's really starting to come into his own. The fans definitely love him there, but it's mainly because he's a very on target shooter. And if his shots are on target, he's not missing. He's a combination of size, speed, and power. Just looking at how big he is, he's almost 6 feet. He's about 6 foot. He's very big. He's very strong. He's a tall player. He can get in. He can get a lot of headers. He's a very imposing figure that a lot of players just don't. They choose not to mess with him because he's just very dominant. You've seen the videos of how fast he is. He's a beeline sprinter. He tries incredibly hard. He's a very chippy, a very scrappy player. And he's also very smart. He understands the angles. He's able to move his body so well. And he's able to strike, and he's able to add on his little bit of flair. The one comp that I would give him, I would say he's the Zlatan of this era, but he might be better, because they're both from Sweden and Norway. As Holland's from Norway, Zlatan's from Sweden. Zlatan got to start in Ajax. Erling got his at FB Salzburg, which is kind of the same. But I'm saying once Holland joins BVB or Borussia Dortmund, a top tier team in all of Europe, we're gonna understand how good and how dominant he can be. And the best thing that he is 19, and a lot of soccer legends tend to play until their mid-30s. So we're gonna see at least a decade of prime Erling Haaland if he doesn't get injured. He's a great player to watch. He doesn't get in trouble a lot. He does what he's told. He creates moments that other players are unable to do. No, he's a very smart, a very talented kid, way beyond his years, and eventually you will see his name. Like I'm gonna talk about this kid every year until you guys notice him. Very awesome, and even though the Bundesliga is the only league that's playing right now, so I think a lot of people are watching him right now. They're seeing how dominant this kid can be, and once he joins a top level program of a Bayern Munich, a Real Madrid, or a FC Barcelona, or a Juventus, we're gonna see how big he is, and the only person his age that really holds a flame to him is Kylian Mbappe, and there's an argument for both. But at 19, Kylian Mbappe won the World Cup, helped France win the World Cup. He didn't win the World Cup, but he helped France win. Holland can't say the same, but if he brings Borussia Dortmund to win the Bundesliga, it might be a different story. But I really, really like what Holland's done. He's an amazing young 19-year-old player, and if you ever get a chance to watch Erling Haaland, whether he plays internationally for Norway, whether he plays for Borussia Dortmund, or when he plays for Bayern after he leaves Dortmund. Just making a prediction, not sure, but if he does, that'll be kind of funny if it happens. But thank you once again for listening, and I'm signing off. Peace.